The Atlanta Falcons' 2025 schedule is finally out, and it's time to dive into the matchup predictions. We're breaking down each game, assessing the challenges, and offering some insight into how the Falcons might fare this season. Unlike previous breakdowns, this analysis offers a new perspective, one that digs deeper into the context behind every game. Early hurdles and key matchups. The Falcons kick off their season at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's a challenging opener. Michael Penix stepping into his first Week 1 start, carrying the weight of expectations. While Penix has proven his mettle before, there's something about the intensity of a season opener that can rattle even the most composed players. The Buccaneers, building on their strong finish from last year, have the edge in experience. A loss here seems likely, but it's more about finding rhythm than winning outright. Next, the Falcons hit the road to face the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday Night Football. The spotlight will be intense, back-to-back primetime games for the Vikings after their Monday night clash in Chicago. J.J. McCarthy might not be fully settled yet, and this could play to Atlanta's advantage. A road win here would be significant, both for morale and momentum. Divisional showdowns. Week 3 brings another divisional test as the Falcons travel to Carolina. It's tempting to mark this as a win, but the Panthers are on the rise. Carolina showed promise toward the end of last season, and the Falcons can't afford to underestimate them. A narrow loss here wouldn't be surprising. Returning home, the Falcons face the Washington Commanders. After a disappointing road game, this is a chance for redemption. The Commanders, despite their remarkable run to the NFC Championship last year, might be due for regression. This could be a bounce-back game for Atlanta, giving them a much-needed win before the bye week. A strategic bye. The early bye in Week 5 is unconventional, especially with the looming overseas game in Berlin in Week 10. Typically, teams playing internationally prefer the bye right afterward, but the Falcons opted differently this year. Whether that decision pays off will depend on how they manage the stretch leading up to the trip. After the bye, it's a high-profile clash with the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football. This one feels like an uphill battle. The Bills, loaded with talent and seasoned in primetime pressure, will be a tough opponent. A loss here puts the Falcons at 2-3, a less-than-ideal start, but not insurmountable. After a tough loss to the Bills in Week 6, the Falcons head west to face the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday night in Santa Clara. It's a brutal back-to-back, and the Niners' home field advantage doesn't make it any easier. The Falcons drop another one here, moving to 2-4. It's a frustrating spot to be in, and the pressure starts building. But things take a turn in Week 8 when the Falcons face the Miami Dolphins. This game feels like a turning point. Despite the challenges of a tough start, Atlanta manages to grind out a win, getting back to 3-4. There's still plenty of football left, and a win against a talented Dolphins squad could be just what they need to reset their season. Regaining confidence. In Week 9, the Falcons travel to New England. The Patriots are in a transition phase, and Atlanta capitalizes, securing another victory. Suddenly, they're back on track at 4-4, hovering around .500 and starting to stack up wins. The momentum stalls a bit in Week 10 when the Falcons take on the Colts in Berlin. The international game throws off their rhythm and they suffer a loss. The Colts might be a bit unpredictable, but something about playing in Germany disrupts Atlanta's flow. They return home after the overseas setback, refocusing on divisional play. Divisional climb Week 11 brings the Carolina Panthers to Atlanta, and the Falcons respond with a win. The home crowd plays a crucial role, rallying the team back to 5-5. Then comes a divisional clash against the New Orleans Saints. At home once again, the Falcons put together another solid performance, edging closer to a winning record. 2 straight divisional wins show that they're still in the mix, fighting for playoff relevance. Week 13 presents a tougher challenge on the road against the New York Jets. The Falcons can't sustain the streak, falling just short. The loss keeps them right around the .500 mark, heading into the final stretch. A resilient finish. The Falcons return to Atlanta for a Week 14 matchup against the Seattle Seahawks. It's a high-stakes game, and Atlanta's defense makes the difference. A goal line stand led by A.J. Terrell seals the victory, evoking memories of classic defensive stops from seasons past. Atlanta moves to 7-6. Next up is a Thursday night clash with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Falcons' resurgence continues with another win, solidifying their position as a team that's peaking at the right time. At 8-6, they're starting to look like a playoff contender. Week 16 brings a road game against the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals, surprisingly formidable, hand the Falcons a tough loss. The road fatigue and short rest catch up with them, but the Falcons bounce back at home in Week 17 against the Rams. A Monday night win over Los Angeles proves that Atlanta can still finish strong. The regular season wraps up with a divisional rematch against the New Orleans Saints. The Falcons complete the sweep, closing out the year with a 9-8 record, winning 4 of their last 5 games. It's not the most dominant finish, but it's a testament to their resilience after a shaky start. As the 2025 season unfolds, the Falcons find themselves in a familiar place, fighting to stay in contention. At 6-6, they're right in the thick of the playoff hunt, but something clicks. The team finds its rhythm and suddenly they're rolling. It starts with a pivotal win to go 7-6, then another to make it 8-6. A setback follows, dropping them to 8-7, but the Falcons don't fold. Instead, they surge, finishing the season at 10-7. A record like that, especially after being 3-4 just a few months prior, speaks volumes about their resilience and determination. Hosting playoff football. The turnaround is complete. The Falcons, after enduring a rough start and plenty of doubters, are 10-7 and hosting a playoff game at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. For a fan base starving for postseason football, it feels like a long-awaited celebration. It's been too long since Atlanta's had a playoff game to look forward to, and this one has the city buzzing. After being tied with the Carolina Panthers for the longest playoff drought in the NFC, the Falcons finally break through. They've proven they belong among the league's best. It wasn't always pretty, at times it was downright gritty, but that's what makes this journey feel special. A new era for the Falcons. This season wasn't just about wins and losses, it was about finding an identity, building a culture, and showing the NFL that Atlanta is back. The growth of young players, the leadership of veterans, and the relentless drive to keep pushing forward made this season memorable. The Falcons have gone from a team searching for answers to one that commands respect. Now, as they prepare to host playoff football in the Benz, they're ready to show that this resurgence isn't a one-time thing, it's just the beginning.